Welcome back, toy fans. So today, one of my fans actually requested me to do something, so I ended up ordering it. It took me forever to get this thing in finally, but it's AMT. It's a 1/25th scale glue-together model kit, skill level 2, ages 10 and up. I used to love doing models and stuff back in the day, so this will bring back a lot of childhood memories. So this is the 1989 Batmobile. Yes, Michael Keaton's. Vroom vroom. So, it includes a bonus black backdrop. A little bit about it there. Looks pretty detailed. Sorry about that, the shininess from the phone onto the product itself. It's kind of annoying actually, but that's kind of cool. So that's actually what we're going to be putting together. So let's see if there's anything about it. There's the back end of it. Not bad. So I think I ordered this from Amazon or something like that, and it actually took forever to come in. Alright, let me see. The 1989 Batman movie reintroduced movie audience to the more gothic version of the character, the likes of which he's never seen before on screen. Tim Burton's interpretation of the mythos returned Batman to his darker Norse roots, but as always, Batman's arsenal of hardware was a force to be reckoned with, none of which was more impressive than the Anton Furst, F-U-R-S-T, Furst, designed Batmobile. Its distinctive bat-shaped tail fins, elongated silhouette, and powerful jet turbine engine made it instantly recognizable as the Batmobile. Okay, let's see a little bit about it. The model itself. This AMT model kit captures every detail of the iconic Batman vehicle, from the turbine engine to the computer maintenance panels and authentic dashboards and cockpit. It features optional grappling hook and twin machine guns. Nice. It is injected in black plastic with chrome and clear parts with rubber tires and a full color chemical backdrop display. I'm excited. So I'm gonna start working on this today. Yes, I had to get glue for it too. So exciting. All right, guys, let's dig into this thing. Here we have, looks like instructions, obviously. Got this joker open. Oh, they're the big foldy ones. Definitely instructions. I got the black plastic stuff. One package. The main event here. The Batmobile. Nice. Very nice. Over here. Rubber wheels. The windshield. Over here, you got the chrome. Nice. What's up, toy fans? Welcome back to another Toymension video, or a clip to a bigger version, and I'm hoping you're enjoying all the clips. Sorry if they're blurry, my camera work isn't all that great, but this is a request from a guy, and well, it took me forever to put this thing together. So, this is the AMT Batmobile put together, but some of the parts didn't make sense. For example, the axle back here, guess what? It didn't come with one. So if you saw in the clips or the pictures, I actually modified one and I used a paper clip. Pulled it out, trimmed it up. So the wheels are stationary, they ain't rolling nowhere. Or like it feels like the e-brake's on. So let's see what else we got here. We got gaps in here. It wasn't flush. You got right here on the side here. There's this part right here. Guess what? It would not glue onto the side. It barely made it up. Then there's this cover where you can put the grappling hook right here. Well, one fell in there. So, yeah, fun stuff. The front wheels were really easy to put together. You just had to make sure they're kind of in sync. They are crooked. Over here, that little piece right there broke. Right there on the gun. It's bent, but it's glued in there. The vents for the intake for his, like, I'm assuming his air intake for the Batmobile, well, it's barely in there, but it's there. This part did not want to stay either. It was like a triangle piece right there. You had to glue it here. You can probably see all the glue marks on it and stuff. So, yeah, fun stuff. And over here, you can see, like I said, it feels like the e-brake's on. Check. But that is a paper clip. The top here. The hatch is glued on. The top, the cockpit area, has everything put in there except for their side pieces, which didn't make any sense because I couldn't see where they went. So I'm like, okay. Right here, this hole right here is actually supposed to be covered up. So if you flip it over the other piece actually would not fit in there. It kept falling out. Or when you put the cockpit in itself, which you're supposed to glue it in upside down, wouldn't work either. Alright. Right here, on these parts here, I just glued these covers on. They do have machine guns on them, but the little pieces did not make any sense either. So I was like, what is it? AMT. So I got to look that up and see what it is, because it felt like this was just shoved together. It was like put together really fast. So for example, this didn't make any sense, guys. All right. Where the turbine is for the engine. In the instructions it says set it up. So it's actually angling up past the hood. So once you put the car cover on, or the shell of the car onto the frame, you had to push down on it and you heard a snapping. Then you had to try to fit this part and you know, kind of fit together. If you notice in the pictures, it was up high. Then there's like a little like elbow piece on the bottom, but like it set it up, but it didn't make any sense. And that's obviously not straight either. So to me, like, this was kind of like a rushed toy, rushed car from the factory itself. So same thing on that side. Oh, hear that piece in there. So this wheel's crooked. Like, it was just, I felt like it was a rush. This ain't I guess a top-notch model overall. You see this, sorry about the hair, guys. I got a dog that likes to shed really bad. So, like, this wheel's crooked too. Got a little glue there. That's from the base or whatever. But the chrome stuff came out pretty good. I do like the wheels. Yeah, supposedly you can paint the bat emblems like probably like black or something like that. But here, these did not want to fit. Like, that one barely fits in there. So, okay, cool. The fins fit on okay. They're kind of crooked though. But this is a good little starter model if you have the patience for it. Remember that gap I was talking about earlier, guys? Look at that. I would like to actually see one of these professionally put together. This was a hassle. Like, even the rear guys, the chrome parts came out pretty good. Where the exhaust is, and you got the flamethrower part there. That's actually two parts right there. You stick one part in there, and then this guy fit in there. Believe it or not, this was the easiest part, probably the whole thing. Then the taillights, I just finished putting on, actually. Just put a little gob of glue in them, stick them in there. So, I mean, it's not the best looking Batmobile, but this is a good model. I mean, it's good. If you stick it in like a background or something like that, you can hardly tell. But I think I did okay, guys. Especially for a model. Like, I haven't done a model, I think, since, like, I did that T-Rex in, I think it was high school or something like that. And that was one of those base number ones. So, yeah. So this would be good for somebody who actually really has the time, patience, and everything for it. This took me weeks to do. I did a little bit here and there. The biggest problem was, like, gluing certain parts together because of the weight. The glue was easy. This is what I hear. This is what I used. Craft glue. It's for plastics, wood, everything. So it's a universal kind of glue. And they recommend it curing for 24 hours. So I took that in considerations between work and, you know, inside and out of work, whatever. But yes, this thing does have a couple backdrops in it, stuff like that too. I'll probably put them in some finished other photos and something like that too, though. But this was a kind of a nightmare, especially when it come to the axle. I feel like some of the stuff was not fitted right. But overall, this was a fun little project. I do not recommend this if you're not patient. Trust me, you have to be patient for this thing. So, and make sure you have all the right stuff. I was using like little pliers, trying to keep some stuff together. Yup, believe it or not. I went through a bunch of these guys, believe it or not. They help. That's probably where a lot of the fur looking things, I'm blaming on the dog, but yeah, anyways, moving on.